All right, what's up, everybody? This is Betos FX another time. Trying to look at these pairs which I took last week. Most of them have just hit TP this week. It has been a very profitable week with at least five trades that I entered. I only get a loss with one, is the USD, but with the USD yen, I have had a profit of about 282 pips. I have had also profit on Euro USD with 128 pips. USD CHF prices just hit TP1 and TP2 with 112 pips. Euro JPY TP2 190 pips, but only NZD USD I have had a loss and smashed out by only how many pips here were here. It was only 2 to 3 pips. So, but the trade is still progressed to go the direction that I was anticipating the price will take. So I just take you through a short overview of how these trades were particularly being triggered. So let's start with USDJPY. It was a bullish trade. I took out of 4 hours time frame outside formation, which gave us a very good demand zone, and they apparently here at the lows of outside formation, I got a sniper entry from 4 hours time frame. The drawdown was near zero. Okay, always when we do analysis, we start from the higher time frame in order to be able to capitalize and capture the overall general trend of the market, see how it's going on. So particularly with the dollar, USD dollar against Japan yen, at these zones where we are going to figure out the trades. This market is bullish, but it creates a demand zone. It happened since July 2023, October 2023 to April this year. Still, whenever monthly price approaches this zone, price failed to break and continue bearish. Instead, but so literally, this price has just reached the demand zone. What do we expect? To have a pullback? But the market structure is what has to specifically give us a confirmation to the trend. Then the current market is bullish. Markets make higher high, higher low, higher high. So last week I bought this continuation to create a new higher high. Today is just the beginning of the month. It is November now. So we have a little bit of pullback before we continue with the push to the upside. So monthly time frame, we are bullish. Weekly time frame, we are now going to focus with what's happening right now. From the weekly highs, weekly lows, here is where we are going to figure out our potential trade analysis, because that's what the current price is paying, and you'll be able to get the entry. So looking at the weekly time frame, as we see, the trend is bullish. You have the high, higher low, the higher high, the higher low. Price already came to the weekly support and weekly resistance zone, which once again retesting. It was an hidden we are taking as that bullish. Now, in terms of time frames correlations, you see we have monthly time frame being bullish, and again we have a weekly time frame being bullish. So two time frames are now moving in sync with same direction. Let's move to the daily time frame in order to capitalize. Right now, the overall trend is going the same way with the higher time frame major structure. There is the higher high, the higher low, the higher high, the higher low. Then price tested weekly zone with an hidden COC. Here we have had a reversal or hammer, all of it telling us, okay, fine, at this stage that the power of sellers is exhausted. Price has already reached the potential turning point area. And what do we expect under such circumstances? We expect to go long. Then in terms of TP, I have had these targets. You see, we have had a monthly opening price here, but then I have to respect these daily time frame highs of structure, because what I observed, once price reached this area on Thursday and Friday last week, price now started to give us doji. You see the indecision candle. We have two dojis here. We have a doji for Friday and we have a doji for yesterday, Monday. That's why today I have had to close this trade. Then 4 hours is where I figured out my trade, because I treated this movement of selling, which created a delta frame pin as only retracement. Then now what's happening? You see here, you have a shift of structure, you have an information in outside formation. So why did I take a trade at the outside formation? Because of the pulling pressure to the upside from the higher time frame correlation, since monthly is bullish, weekly bullish, daily is bullish. All right. And then at this area where we have had outside formation is also a demand and supply zone, as we could perhaps see here. So by the principles, we take the trade at the lows of the outside formation. You see, when price approached this area, it started to buy, and obviously I thought maybe price has just left me because I used the limit order. But then this candle came to take these entries. If I would have entered early here, probability of being smashed out would have been there. Then patience is what's so much important required. So that was number one. It was an outside formation. But number two, confluence was a fib level. It was 61% of Fibonacci. Yeah, it was a 61% fib level, was crossing over there. You take this swing low, swing high, and then you see we have a TP1, nearly daily highs of structure, and you have TP2. So since today is only Tuesday and the week is still progressing, so what I'm hoping for, I'm hoping this price will hit TP2. Either way, we have the higher high, higher low. We expect to have a higher low to a certain point and then push to the upside. But then I decided to close it because how many pips have I capitalized? I have capitalized about 282 pips. These are a good number of pips for this trade that's been triggered since last week on Wednesday last week. Yep. So it is enough. I just closed it today. I was above a TP2. I mean TP1. So it's all good. And then just hoping to rearrange and reorganize once again to find another opportunity. But for now, the price is just ETP, very much precise. That is for the USD JPY.